In Iran, thousands rallied across the Persian nation to bid farewell to President Ebrahim Raisi. In Palestine, Israeli troops stormed the occupied West Bank city of Jenin, killing a doctor, a teacher, and a student. In Argentina, President Javier Milei ordered the closure of the social media of public television and national radio. Hello, welcome to From the South. I'm Luis Alberto Matos from the teleSUR studios in Havana, Cuba. We begin with the news. The people of Iran bid farewell to President Ebrahim Raisi and his companions who died on Sunday, May 19th in a helicopter crash near the border with Azerbaijan. Citizens spread out on the streets of the city of Tabriz in the early hours of the morning to take part in the funeral ceremony to bid farewell to Raisi. Similar acts were replicated in Tehran, where the remains were transferred to the city of Qom near the Iranian capital. The funeral ceremonies are held until Thursday in different cities of the country and will be attended by international guests and foreign delegations. Raisi's body will be buried on Friday, May 24th at the Hazrat Reza Shrine in the city of Mashhad, where Ayatollah Khamenei will lead the prayers for the president's soul. In this context, Cuba began a day of mourning on Tuesday at 6 a.m. local time for the death of Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi, established by President Miguel Diaz-Canel in his decree of official mourning. The day will last until midnight on Wednesday. During this period, the Cuban flag will be flown at half-mast in public buildings and military installations. In the official statement, the Presidency of the Republic highlighted the contribution of President Raisi to the strengthening of relations of friendship and cooperation between the two nations. For this reason, the government and people of Cuba share the pain of the people of Iran and expresses their confidence that the Islamic Revolution would know how to recover. The government of Nicaragua expressed its condolences to the Iranian people for the death of President Ebrahim Raisi and his accompanying delegation. In a statement, the authorities said, "We accompany with all our hearts their grief in these tragic circumstances left by the passing of President Ebrahim Raisi, Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdullahian, Governor of East Azerbaijan, Brother Malik Rahmadi, and the entire entourage." In this regard, the official statement also pointed out, as always, to all of you, our love, our affection, our prayers, and our solidarity present in the sorrow in fraternal union, certain that God, our Lord, will alleviate this suffering and that the spiritual strength of the Iranian authorities and brothers will help them to move forward. Finally, the memorial message expressed to the family of each of the deceased confreres our sincere and very close condolences in the living hope of the resurrection. Also, President Nicolas Maduro expressed his condolences to the people of Iran. Through a post on the social media X, the Venezuelan leader said that he spoke by telephone with the interim president of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Dr. Mohammad Mokber, and he sent his condolences on behalf of Venezuela. In this sense, he also assured that his wives, family, relatives, loved ones, and all the Iranian people count on the brotherhood and fraternity of the Venezuelan people. On the other hand, he pointed out that the example and legacy of President Raisi will live on with the Islamic Revolution, which will continue on the path of growth. In Iran, authorities announced that presidential elections will be held on June 28th. Acting President and head of the executive branch, Mohammad Mokber, together with the President of Parliament, Mohammad Bagher Galafi, and the head of the judiciary, Gholam Hossein Mohseni, held a meeting upon confirmation of the passing of President Ebrahim Raisi. The approved plan will open the registration of candidates this May 30th and until June the 3rd. The campaign period will run from June 12th until the morning of June 27th. In other topics, in China, the Taiwan Affairs Office of the State Council warned that the Taiwan leader is sending dangerous signals with alleged independence ideas. From Beijing, CGTN partner GG with the details.
Chen Minhua, portavoz de la Oficina de Asuntos
Chen Binhua, spokesman for the State Council's Taiwan's Affairs Office, says the leader of the Taiwan region of China, Lai Ching-te, has sent a dangerous signal of seeking Taiwan's independence during his speech. Chen criticizes Lai's provocations as an attempt to undermine Kron's strait peace and stability. Chen also says that the main aspiration of the island's public opinion is peace and development, rather than war and recession, and claims that Lai has ignored public views, adding that China's mainland never tolerates or approves of separatist acts of so-called Taiwan independence in any form. At a press conference on Monday, Wang Wenbin, spokesman for China's foreign ministry, also said that no matter how the political situation of the island of Taiwan develops, the historical and legal reality that both sides of the Taiwan Strait belong to one China, as well as the historical trend towards the eventual reunification of China and the inevitability of this process will never change.
Desde Beijing, Ji Shehitein en español para teleSUR.
The government of Venezuela rejected the statements made by the leader of the Progressive Democratic Party in Taiwan, Lai Ching-te, after becoming the new leader of that Chinese region. Through an official statement, the Venezuelan government expressed that the government of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela rejects the sectarian position of the leader of the Progressive Democratic Party, Mr. Lai Ching-te, expressed during his speech on May 20th, 2024, when he assumed the role of new leader of the Taiwan region, which is contrary to the peaceful reunification of the strait, to peace and to regional stability. On the other hand, the document also stresses that the Bolivarian government, exalting its principle of peace diplomacy, condemns any threat from the hegemonic imperialism and categorically rejects any country's intervention under any pretext that could undermine regional peace and stability. Finally, the text said that the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela reiterates its eternal friendship with the brotherly People's Republic of China, with the true commitment of continuing to deepen the political bilateral and solidarity ties that contribute to the consolidation of the community of future shared by mankind. On Tuesday, the foreign ministers of Shanghai Cooperation Organization member states convened for a Council of Foreign Ministers meeting in Kazakhstan capital Astana. The meeting began with a minute of silence in memory of Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi and Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdollahian. One of the primary agendas is preparations for the forthcoming meeting of the organization's Heads of States Council, scheduled for July. Representatives will also exchange views on international and regional agendas, as well as security issues and the development of political, trade, economic, cultural, and humanitarian cooperation within the organization. Let's take a short break, but remember you can join us on TikTok at teleSUR English, where you'll find news in different formats, news updates, and much more. Other stories coming up. Stay with us. Welcome back. On Tuesday, under the guise of an alleged anti-terrorist raid, Israeli troops stormed the occupied West Bank city of Jenin following heavy combats with the resistance, killing a teacher, a doctor, and a student. The genocidal Israeli army reacts to a new failure in struggles against Palestinian resistance. They take their revenge on the bodies of innocent people. The Palestinian press described the offensive as one of the most violent in recent months recorded in Jenin. Fighting between the resistance and the occupying soldiers began on early Tuesday morning. Schools were evacuated due to the wave of violence, which has so far left 12 wounded, in addition to those slaughtered. The Palestinian resistance movement Hamas accused the International Criminal Court of comparing its actions in defense of its sovereignty with Israel's genocidal actions in Gaza. Hamas accusations come after it issued arrest warrants for resistance leaders as well as for Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The Palestinian resistance warned that it is not possible to compare the victims with the perpetrators and urged the ICC to cancel the arrest warrants against its representatives, as in its opinion, they push Israel to continue with its war of extermination. Hamas added that the measure against the Israeli premier comes 7 months late and urged the court to extend arrest warrants against all military and officials who have participated in the Israeli aggression against the Gaza Strip. The reaction of the Palestinian resistance comes after the International Criminal Court pointed out the responsibility of the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for the crimes against humanity committed in the Gaza Strip. The prosecutor Karim Khan held Netanyahu, the Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, and several Hamas leaders criminally responsible for war crimes and crimes against humanity. The charges against Netanyahu and the Israeli War Minister include intent for extermination and starvation as methods of warfare, including the denial of humanitarian aid supplies and the deliberate targeting of civilians in the conflict. Meanwhile, on Monday, students at Yale University in Connecticut, United States, walked out of their graduation ceremony rallying against Israeli genocide in Palestine. Yale is one of many campuses that have spoken out against the growing Palestinian humanitarian crisis resulting from war crimes perpetrated by Israel with the support of the U.S. government. The protest burst out after Yale's president, Peter Salovey, commenced the graduation ceremony. At that time, at least 150 students in caps and gowns stood up together, turned their backs to the stage, and marched into the courtyard of the center, demanding a ceasefire in Gaza. This act of bravery could bring them heavy penalties of all kinds, as it has already happened to many anti-genocide activists. In other news, the government of the Argentine President Javier Milei ordered the closure of the social media of public television and national radio. The measure has prompted unions and guilds to denounce the blackout and the lack of respect for the powers of the state. Diego Chaher, the media controller appointed by Milei, ordered the cease of activities of the informative social media channels for TV Pública, Radio Nacional, Paca Paca, and Canal Encuentro. The libertarian government says that the purpose of the mandate is to apply changes in criteria. In turn, the press union in Buenos Aires assured that the executive has stomped all over the legislative power with a new decision that they describe as pure and simple censorship. The Colombian government announced new measures to combat the insurgent group known as the Estado Mayor Central, following a wave of violent attacks on several police facilities. In this sense, at the end of the Extraordinary Security Council meeting in Popayán, in the southwest of the country, Defense Minister Iván Velázquez announced that local authorities will reward those who provide information on the location of the armed group leaders. Precisely, the government's measures come amid an escalation of violence and terrorist attacks in the departments of Cauca and Valle del Cauca.
The clear instruction of the President of the Republic to intensify the offensive with all its capabilities, a much stronger presence and activity of the military and police intelligence, will allow the realization of forceful operations against the organization.
Minister Velázquez also assured that more agents will be deployed as well as technical resources and increased intelligence work.
This also implies that the police, whose Deputy Director General will remain in the department in charge of all operations, will start tomorrow the deployment of 100 police officers to reinforce the municipalities where it is necessary.
In Haiti, the Toussaint Louverture airport in the capital Port-au-Prince has reopened after 3 months of inactivity due to attacks by armed criminal groups. Considered the most important in the nation, it is hoped that its reopening will help alleviate the shortage of medicines and other vital supplies. For their part, the maritime ports are still closed, with most of them under the command of the criminal groups. In addition to guaranteeing the groups fuel and food, they are priority entry points for ammunition and weapons. Currently, only one local airline flies to the newly opened airport, but foreign airlines are expected to resume their flights there by the end of the month. And in Mexico, more than 250,000 Army and National Guard troops will be responsible for the security of the electoral process. State agencies met to define the security strategy for the coming June 2nd general elections, in which more than 99.5 million people are registered to vote. Electoral authorities confirmed to have received 532 requests for protection, 45 of which were declined, and 487 are currently active. We have a fun short break coming up, but before we invite you to join our WhatsApp community for our English-speaking audience, you can scan the QR code on screen to join directly and share the link to reach more people. Constant news coverage of Latin America and the Caribbean as well as the rest of the world. Stay connected and informed with teleSUR. Fun short break, don't go away. Welcome back. The government of Spain withdrew its ambassador to Argentina after Javier Milei's statements at an event organized by the extreme right-wing party Vox. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, European Union and Cooperation of Spain, José Manuel Álvarez, informed that the ambassador would definitely stay in Madrid as a consequence of Milei's words, who expressed that he would not apologize to the head of government, Pedro Sánchez. The Spanish Foreign Ministry emphasized that the words Milei spoke at an event of the extreme right unleashed a diplomatic crisis between the two countries. For its part, the European Commission, through its Foreign Affairs spokesman Peter Stano, condemned the personal attacks and described them as unacceptable, while hoping that the two countries will find a solution to resolve this bilateral dispute.
First of all, the Spanish institutions do not make politics, much less foreign politics through tweets, nor do they participate in any show. Secondly, that the government remains vigilant. The situation, as you indicated, has not changed, and therefore, I announce that we are removing our ambassador in Buenos Aires. The ambassador will definitively stay in Madrid. Argentina will continue without an ambassador.
In Niamey, at the capital of New Caledonia, reinforcements deployed by the French government have not yet succeeded in defusing the violent situation that the nation is going through. Furthermore, the increase in tensions has caused the administrations of Australia and New Zealand to provide government planes to evacuate their nationals from the French territory. This measure arrives in the current context where more than 3,200 people are waiting to enter or leave the country, with France's High Commissioner in New Caledonia confirming the airport remains closed to commercial flights. The archipelago has experienced a week of unrest that has already claimed 6 lives, triggered by electoral changes imposed by the Macron government. Real Madrid German international midfielder Toni Kroos announced Tuesday he will retire from all football after Euro 2024. Before the European Championship, Kroos has a chance to win the Champions League with Real for a 6th time when they face Borussia Dortmund at Wembley on June 1st. Kroos joined Los Blancos in 2014 and quickly formed a formidable midfield partnership with Luka Modric. In a statement on their website, Real Madrid said Kroos will go down in Real Madrid history as one of the club and international football's greatest legends. Born in January 4, 1990, Toni Kroos is widely regarded as one of the greatest midfielders of all time. He is known for his vision, passing creativity, crossing, and set-piece ability. Kroos began his senior club career playing for Bayern Munich, where he made his debut at age 17 in 2007. With Bayern, Kroos won 3 league titles, a UEFA Champions League title, 2 DFB Pokal titles, and was voted into the league team of the season 3 times. In Madrid, Kroos has won 21 trophies, including 4 La Liga titles and 4 UEFA Champions League titles, 3 of which he won consecutively from 2016 to 2018, each time being selected in the competition's team of the season. Toni Kroos made his senior debut for Germany in 2010 at the age of 20 and appeared in 6 major tournaments. And Kroos helped Germany win the 2014 FIFA World Cup, where he was top assist provider and voted to the All-Star team, Dream Team, and German Player of the Year. Japanese animation Studio Ghibli became the first collective to receive an honorary Palme d'Or at Cannes on Monday. The Japanese studio, which has been bringing a new spirit to animated cinema for 4 decades, has won the audience's hearts with masterpieces such as Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle. Ghibli founder Hayao Miyazaki was unable to travel to Cannes but sent a video thanking the festival and the fans for the award, noting that it also belonged to the staff and the audience. Miyazaki has announced his retirement more than once, but he continues to work and returned to theaters last year with The Boy and the Heron, a film that won him an Oscar. We have come to the end of this news brief. You can find these and many other stories on our website at telesurenglish.net. Also join us on social media, Facebook, X, Instagram, Telegram, and TikTok. For Telesur English, I'm Luis Alberto Matos. Thank you for watching.